what you are experiencing is absolutely normal. First, calm down. See, we can get cold. That means a virus can come and affect our nose. Huh? If we are walking, if we fall, we can get a scratch. Yes or no? Same time, if we are going out without a mask, we can get an attack of COVID. At the same process, we have something known as our manas, our emotions, our feelings, our psyche, our mental stability. Now, our mind is dealing with so many minds around us, maybe positive, maybe negative. Now, since we are a person whose heart is full of love, full of emotions, so we tend to absorb energy. Sometimes, suppose if our mind is dealing with some minds which are in pain, directly, indirectly, we absorb the pain from them and it gets stuck in our psyche, and that is known as depression. Now, it happens in most of the female bodies because our testosterone comes down, and it also happens in the males because our testosterone come down. So, sudden weight loss, sudden emotional swings, and suppose if you go to the psychiatrist, so if you get cold, you go to the doctor. If you get a heart attack, you go to the doctor. So we have to understand that our psyche, our brain is a very important organ. And anxiety or depression doesn't mean that we have gone mad. I think, there should be a psychiatrist for a mad person separate and for anxiety and depression separate.
I don't believe in that. I told my husband no. He literally spoke to my doctor where I regularly go. And he asked him कि डॉक्टर कविता के लिए मतलब एक
Is that suppose if you are dealing with so many negative experiences, all these things, and in this age when you are maturing hormonally also towards your menopause, so you get these kind of swings. So now what is depression and anxiety? It happens to everyone. A person like Deepika Padukone can get it, a lady in her pregnancy can get it. So these all things are happening because of the daily friction of life and the hormones which are going in balance or out of balance. So sometimes if the testosterone is low, our lipid profile is low, then we start experiencing this kind of depression. And there is nothing wrong in going to a psychiatrist. But I want to tell you something that a medicine cannot cure. You have to understand, now there is a dead body. You give hell lot of medicines. Can it get cured? No. So there is something which is our own innate strength which can cure us. But when we are experiencing depression, tension, we don't feel like doing anything sometimes, as you said. So in this state, we need a support. Now the support can come from Shatavari. Shatavari is a herb.
शतावरी कल्प
Yeah. So it helps to develop our testosterone. And also, if we take Dashank Google, so that also helps in better digestion. Suppose if we say take Gokshur, it also boosts our testosterone. And in Sahaj Yoga, what they suggest that when you are experiencing so much of pain, so much of depression, so much of minus energy, so you should increase the Tej Tattva, the heat energy inside you. So they suggest you 3 candle treatment. And also, you have been doing so good. So sometimes you take rest. Like you said, since your childhood, you were a strong person. Why not take for 15 days just be a change? If nowadays, if you don't like feeling alone, being alone, it's fine. It is nice that you want people around you. It is the most beautiful experience. I think
I don't like
I alone is not strong. But when it is we, it is wellness. So if you want people to be around you, first thing what I request you, whatever is happening with you, this change, you have to accept. If you don't want to go to the psychiatrist, what you can do, you can self heal yourself. In this process, suppose if you see a change inside yourself, so don't be yourself. For example, what is your name now? So we are not supposed to be Kavita. We are supposed to be somebody else. So what we have to do, we have to talk to ourselves as if we are talking to a third person. We have to just see, what is going on with you? What is going on with you? Just see yourself as a third person. Who has problem? Kavita has problem. I don't have any problem. So slowly what happens, the stress that why it is happening to me, why it has happened to me, like you said, you lost your pup, and that's the reason you don't want to pray. But if you see, Christ lost his own life for salvaging of people. Now the Lord is giving his life for his spirituality, and we are not even able to give the life of our pup. But though, since he is divine and we are on the path to be divine, so we do experience that if we love something and we lose it, then we are not able to take it. And it's absolutely normal. If you don't feel that you should get up and do puja and all that, but what happens, a certain level of chanting, a certain level of 3 candle treatment, a certain level of food soak in the warm water. There is also in Sahaj a process known as matka treatment. It is used to remove all the imbalances. Our body is made out of 5 elements, and at the same time we process the 5 element in the form of a pot. Like the chili becomes the heat, the lemon becomes the air element, the cooling energy, and at the same time the water, like 75 water and 5% water inside us, 75% water in the pot. Then we add some turmeric and then some blessed water in that, and we keep it so that all the evil attention, all the imbalance, or all the chemical imbalances, all the negative thoughts from our mind are removed in the pot, and then the pot is disposed. So many times what happens in the Vastu, in our nature, in our behavior, sometimes there is a spiritual malfunctioning also. Then we start experiencing these things which affect our psyche. So I would suggest that in the initial few days, let us visit a psychiatrist. There is nothing wrong in going to the psychiatrist. That is your decision. But I suggest, why? Because let's take some medicines, let's take some prayers, let's take it together. See, we have to understand, now you made a call of help to everyone, but you realize that there is no help. So what you have to do now, you have to take to self-help. And in that condition, you can come here, stay over here, relax your mind. 2-3 days, let's sit, meditate, spend some quality time, and at the same time let us just try to take steps in order to come out of this depression. See, if you say nothing is happening to me, nothing is happening to me, that is also not done. That is also not being fair with yourself. But at the same time, a little bit of antidepressants will help you to cope up. And maximum, let us try to work with nature cure. Like these 3 candles will help you. The morning sun will help you. A certain amount of meditation and breathing exercises will help you. The chanting of Mahakali names will help you. Chanting of Sri Ganesha names will help you. Because Sri Ganesha is someone who can help us if we are suffering psychosomatically. And you need to understand that Lord cannot save so many. See, if there is a choice between somebody's kids and your pup, naturally he will save some human kid. And every animal which is dying slowly is taking to human birth and then going to liberation. And you do understand all these things, but it is just that you can.
Also, when Papa was crying, I was feeling so restless.
Yeah, but what happens now? Anything of excess is loss. Too much of love, too much of care, too much of pampering, too much of emotions, they lead to sickening not only of ourselves but everything around us. See, I had parents who were very possessive for their kids. The kids were in worst conditions. Then I gave those parents some pets to take care. The pets died and the kids got cured and the kids survived. Suddenly the kids' sickness came down. Why? Because if we are going to get into extreme of any emotion, anger at extreme spoils our liver. Similarly, over emotional behavior spoils our left side, our Chandra Nadi, and it affects on our psyche. Now you have to
Emotional. I have
come out of this
emotional.
state, okay? And slowly, with what I have suggested you, I will practically get it done with you. Your mama is there, she will get it done with you. You can be at your mama's place, you can come here, meditate, go spend quality of time, and I assure you that our medicine, our meditation, and our lifestyle modification are three processes. See, in today's life, there is nothing of one face, not of also two face, it is three face. So it is the Yuga of Dattatreya. So the three basic form of knowledges will cure you. And if at all, if you have to go to the psychiatrist, there is nothing wrong in going to the psychiatrist. It is the rich people who go to the psychiatrist. It is the educated people who have mind. That is when the mind will suffer. If somebody is not using his mind, hardly it is going to get any effect. So we have been wise, we have been educated, and we have been caring towards people. We have been absorbing due to our emotions, the negative emotions of people. So someday it will get tired. No? If the whole day you go to the market, your body gets tired. No? So your brain is also getting tired. And just we have to give it little bit of rest with medication and meditation. Okay, I hope you are taking it in the right perspective. See, everybody having cold is not having COVID. Everybody having fear is not having Omicron. Everybody in fever is not Omicron. Similarly, basic hurt of anxiety and depression doesn't mean that we are mad. And going to the psychiatrist, it doesn't mean that the psychiatrist हमेशा सोने की ही दवाई दे रहे हैं. Our brain has got a left hemisphere. In the left cortex, there are certain waves and nerves which get down. When we take certain form of medicine, it heals. When we do certain form of meditation, breathing exercises, certain balancing, certain change of thought process, it heals the left hemisphere of the brain. Because what happens now, when we suffer like this, we do it out of emotions, but then people think she just does everything to prove herself to be an angel, but reality is that she is one brinjal. And then people, our emotions of being an angel, bring it to the level of a vegetable brinjal. So we have to try to understand that we have to just change a small thing. That is, first to accept what is happening with us, and second, to take small steps to bring change. And I assure you, you are a blessed person. You will be out of this thing, and whatever is happening to you happens to everyone.